I worked in Miami, Florida for a few years. My boss was a retired airline pilot, and his daughter was a stewardess. Now in Florida, there's a lot of dinosaurs running around. No, it's not the retirees. They're actually little lizards. And they're actually geckos, but they look like dinosaurs. I mean, if you use your imagination, they look like little dinosaurs. I've never heard one with an Australian accent or had one sell me car insurance, but they're so cute. Now, the stewardess had a friend in California who had a pet shop, and he knew that these geckos were running around in Florida. So he convinced her to gather up a whole bunch of them and bring them out to him on her next flight. Now, I haven't been in California long enough to say one way or the other whether they had geckos out there. Now, I know they have them in Arizona, and even at the bottom of the Grand Canyon I've seen them. We went rafting one time, and we camped out on this sandy beach, and it had these horsetail reeds, which are kind of prehistoric looking. And they are prehistoric, they go way back. And through the reeds, people have worn paths in the sand. And as you're walking along, these geckos are either running ahead of you or behind you. And if you imagine them, you use your imagination, it's like Jurassic Park. Remember when Newman, remember Newman?
Yeah.
First Jurassic, and he was running along and he was pursued by these little raptors about the size of a small chicken. And they got him. And then I think in the second one, this other guy was pursued, and they got him, and blood running down the stream and everything. Well, if you use your imagination, that's what it was like there. It was beautiful. Okay. So the stewardess gathered up a bunch of geckos, and her next flight out to California, she brought them on the plane, and she was in a real big hurry, so she had them in a box, and she put them in the cockpit in the pilot's compartment. And she just ran back and started to do her work. They took off, and the pilot's looking around after a while, and he sees this box there, and he's wondering what's in it, because she didn't tell anybody. Did any of you see snakes on a plane? He opens up the box, and geckos all over the place. Now, they tried to capture as many of them as they could, but for many a flight afterward, there were gecko sightings on this plane.